Hey everyone, welcome to Waxing Pixels, a podcast on Battle Geek Plus about games from our thing Battle Geek Plus, where we do things about games. My name's Josh. With me I got Heather.
Hi.
Ryan.
Hey.
And Frank.
Sup?
And today is our 50th episode.
Yay! Milestone.
Is it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, and because of that, we have no topics this week. Bye, show's over. Ryan, tell them where else they could find us.
And then you can go to
No. Okay, so we do really have no news topics this week. We're just going to talk about stuff, about games and stuff. So, first, let's move into what you playing that's not Sonic Mania. Heather?
Yeah, you know how I said I was going to play Robot Dinosaur Zelda?
Right?
Yeah, I just worked instead.
Oh, okay.
Responsible.
I know, right?
She played Job Simulator.
You sickened
in
me.
real life.
It was a lot of fun. I'm pretty sure I got hurt this past weekend, but it wasn't a big deal. I think I dropped a table on my foot.
Ow.
That was fun.
Yeah, I've done that before.
I didn't dislocate my shoulder carrying chairs. I know that sounds like, like something that is easy to avoid, but whenever you're carrying 7 of them at once.
Holy shit.
Yeah. And they're not the fold-up kind.
Yeah, I've actually pretty much dropped everything imaginable on my feet. So,
Including your feelings?
yes, all the time.
What about your hopes and dreams?
Yes.
They
Those
shattered
are-
like glass.
Those are what I drop the most.
What about the ball?
I drop the ball. All the time.
What about the bass?
All the time.
All the
I
time.
drop everything all the time.
He dropped the base and he dropped the ball. It was the worst, best party ever.
Ba-dum-tsh.
Anyway, Ryan, what you playing?
Well, so unlike you guys, I don't have my Sonic Mania yet. Well, since you guys all live in the same place and can play the same copy of the game, since I ordered the special edition from Amazon and it's not coming in until tomorrow, so I'm a day behind. But I did play it last year at the PlayStation Experience, and it was awesome. But I haven't played the full game. I haven't seen the opening animation yet because I don't want to spoil it, because I want to experience it when I get the game. And I didn't realize the collector's edition was as big as an actual Genesis.
I remember you saying something about that.
Yeah, I thought it was just gonna be amiibo sized and shit. Now I might not have the room for it. I might have to clear something off my shelf just to put it.
Dun dun dun. P.S. Whatever the fuck you're clearing off is not coming into our apartment.
Yeah, don't worry about it.
By the way, you're going home with some shit.
Okay.
Props from old videos and costume stuff. Frank,
Mm-hmm.
what you playing?
Same thing as last week.
What about people who didn't listen last week? What are you
Alright,
playing?
I'm still playing Gundam Battle Assault 2 and Legends of Dragoon.
I watched you get your ass kicked earlier in Gundam.
Well, it happens.
Yeah.
Well, see, I came in when you were playing Legend of Dragoon, and you were still cursing at it.
Well, that's what he does.
Yeah.
You were fighting
It's
an
my
evil
thing.
tentacle monster right now.
You know where it's going.
Ryan, were you playing anything else? I feel like I left you early.
Oh, let's see. I've been replaying Dragon Quest VI because I hadn't played it in years, and I'm almost to the part where I left off a couple of years ago. So hopefully I'll have that done pretty soon. Other than that, I'm just waiting for Sonic Mania.
All right, well, we're done waiting for Sonic Mania because we got to go fast and we get it digital.
That's
Yay!
really good.
So now I know, Ryan, you kind of have this vague idea as to what you wanted to do for the podcast tonight.
Yeah.
We could talk about Sonic Mania now because the three of us went through a little bit of it. We're not going to be spoiling the entire thing for you. We went through.
Okay.
But
Well, because a lot of people on my Twitter were like, "Oh, hey, I just got Sonic Mania at 9 p.m. yesterday night, and stay away from my feed because I'm gonna spoil it."
Well, we
I
didn't.
forgot who said that, but somebody said it.
we didn't get that far. So we played a little bit of it to get an idea of the stages, the special stages, the bosses, stuff like that.
Okay, so what do you guys think?
So, well, I was going to ask if you want to talk about that first, or if you had some other idea of what you wanted to speak about.
Well, we can talk about Sonic Mania first.
Okay, cool.
You know, like just general impressions of what you guys thought. Because when I played it at the PlayStation Experience, I only played 2 levels, so I don't think that's enough to say what the game is really like. But I enjoyed what I played, but I'm sure you guys have played a lot more than that now.
Yeah, we've played, me and Frank have played through 2 zones entirely. Each zone has 2 acts. Heather's done a zone and a half.
20 minutes.
Okay.
So, yeah, because you did all of Green Hill Zone and then you were partway into Chemical Plant Zone before you stopped playing. But, Frank, we were trying not to talk about this earlier. So, you're the Sonic guy.
Mm-hmm.
Well, let's kind of run off of your impressions here.
For a brief moment, I felt like I was a kid again.
Just a brief moment?
Mm-hmm.
So one thing that I noticed was in both Green Hill Zone and Chemical Plant Zone, it starts off very familiar.
Yeah.
And then it's just it just completely diverges from there. So you go into Green Hill Zone, you're all like, oh, this is Green Hill Zone. And you get to the part just before you're going to finish the stage, and then there's a lot of other crap to do.
Oh, wow, okay, cool.
And same thing with, not finish the stage with Chemical Plant Zone, but you go through that first little loop section there, and then after that, it just changes up on you. It's still Chemical Plant Zone, but it's just remixed entirely.
Oh, how's the music though?
It's fine. They were just kind of.
I didn't get far enough to hear any original music.
Yeah. The Green Hill Zone music was updated a little bit, but I think Chemical Plant Zone, as far as I remember, it sounded exactly the same.
Oh, okay, cool.
Or very, very similar. But I mean, it's the same tune and everything. It's just slightly differently instrumentalized. So
it made the child in my head dance around. So
so there's that.
Yeah, because I remember seeing on my Twitter feed someone was like, "Oh my god, this is the real Sonic 4."
Pretty much, yeah. That's what I would say. I think graphically, I mean, it's very, very similar, but the animations of certain things are smoother.
Yeah.
Oh, so much smoother.
And
I like Sonic's looking up animation.
I haven't had to look up as him.
Yeah, I mean,
you don't have to look up, but he'll just tilt his head up like he's trying to peek over something.
Yeah, okay.
And it's adorable.
Yeah, I heard it was actually designed by actually fans of the Sonic game that Sega hired.
Oh wow!
Yeah, actual fans.
That's pretty rad.
So it's an actual fan product that's made by the actual company that fans are actually enjoying.
Yeah.
So what you're telling me is Sega finally is starting to get their shit together.
Yeah, I saw someone on Twitter say, well, Sega's complaining to the fans, well, why don't you guys make a better game? Okay.
And then they did.
And they did.
Right?
Okay, you guys are hired.
Yeah, no, so it's an official product made by the fans for the fans. That's pretty rad. Now, another thing I noticed, did you go into any of the Chaos Emerald special stages?
No, I couldn't find any big ass.
I came across 2 by accident.
Oh,
just
yeah,
by
I
holding
found
right and going.
Yeah, I found one in all the stages that I'd been through so far.
What are the bonus levels like?
Well, they're sort of like Sonic CD's bonus stages, where you're
the
on
the chaos stages.
the Chaos Emerald ones, where you're on the track and you're having to follow the thing, and you have these little blue orbs that you collect. And when you have enough of them, you end up increasing your speed. And then in order to keep your time going, you have to collect rings also. And you're chasing down this flying saucer that has a Chaos Emerald in it. And when you get close enough to it, then you get it.
Okay.
Which I've gotten 1 so far out of the 2 zones that I've been through. It's going to take a little bit of getting used to, the depth perception with that for getting over some of the obstacles. Because, I got hit, once, and it was all stage over, fuck you. And I was just
you got hit? Really?
Yeah, in the second one.
Really?
By the spikes. I didn't jump over them. I was trying to jump over them because there were rings over the spike balls. And so then I jumped too early. I just landed in the spike balls.
You got Mega Man.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So the first one I got through just fine. I was just trying to that one's the nice introductory one that teaches you what you're doing. But there's also Frank. I saw you going through some familiar-looking bonus stages.
Yes.
Those were at the checkpoints, right?
Yes.
What was the stage like?
Just like the old 3D blue ball.
Oh, cool.
Stage.
Oh, yeah, they have those?
Blue Sphere.
Wow, that's so cool.
Yeah, I was hoping we wouldn't like talk about it to get you surprised,
man.
but now it's a little spoiled.
Well, I'm so excited, though.
You knew what you were getting into
Yeah,
when you
yeah,
walked through
that's
that door.
fine. But still, I'm happy those stages are back.
I
'cause-
told him earlier this afternoon that we had all played it. I thought that for some reason maybe you had your Switch with you and you're like, I played it on lunch. I'm all the way to the Death Egg. I don't even know if the Death Egg's in the game.
I know.
But-
I got it for PS4 because
Oh, okay.
it was the only one left I could order on Amazon.
Oh, okay, yeah. I forgot that you get like the special edition of everything.
Yeah.
So yeah, but yeah, it's Blue Sphere, which I think is pretty rad. I always liked Blue Sphere. I don't know about you guys.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah, I love Blue Sphere.
Did you ever play the Blue Sphere stages in Sonic 3?
Yeah, that's the one where you're collecting all the little
Blue Spheres?
Oh,
blue spheres.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, what
Well, I don't know, just the way you framed it, it was as if I didn't know what you were talking about.
You
like,
we were all like, oh my god, and you're just sitting there, and I'm just kind of all like,
No, I'm just listening.
So I didn't know if you had.
I mean, like, yeah, I'm super stoked about this, and I did play a lot of Sonic when I was younger, but at the same time, like, I'm kind of like, meh.
Well, I mean, like, specifically Blue
and
Sphere.
then like, and I think the other reason is because I feel like I'm a little surprised that you guys liked the Blue Sphere, because everything I've ever seen online is always about how those stages suck balls, and how like you showed me that review for it.
Donkey's
And,
review.
yeah, and how he was like, here, I'll show you how to play this stage. And he immediately runs to a red one to get the fuck out of the stage. And that's how I feel like every time I've seen anything about it online, that's the common sentiment. So I kind of like was, I guess, kind of absorbing the fact that you guys were like, oh, this is so great. And I was all like,
No.
really?
It can get you dizzy.
I
Yeah.
love Blue Sphere. So, like, when you took...
I mean, I enjoyed
Okay.
it a lot. I always get excited
So-
whenever I got to do those little levels.
So, Sonic and Knuckles. When you put Sonic 3 and Knuckles together, it's Sonic 3 and Knuckles. When you put Sonic 2 in there, you can play Sonic 2, but as Knuckles. When you put anything else in there, it's just like, fuck you, you're gonna play Blue Sphere until the end of infinity. And that's my favorite thing to do with Sonic and Knuckles. is play Blue Sphere until the end of infinity. Like, that's just all I did for a while at some point in my life.
Well, I agree with Frank. When I was small, there were times where I would get really dizzy from playing it.
Yeah, it's addictive, though.
I hated the original Sonic Special Zone.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
Hated
yeah.
it
From the first
so
game,
much,
yeah,
yes.
I hate those
it.
two.
I'm glad we haven't run into those
Hated it
yet.
so much. Well, if you play Sonic 4, you'll run into that, unfortunately.
Sonic 4,
But
Giant
you,
Finger
but you
Bloods.
but you control the special stage, not Sonic.
Which, that's just weird.
It's weird and hard, and at some point it seems impossible.
Yeah,
But it's doable.
yeah, like the Sonic 1's bonus series, I was like, fuck this, I'm using the debug
yeah,
mode.
I hate that too.
I had, I don't know, like, it sucks that I'm going to be spoiling this for Ryan, but, okay, so, the bosses so far that you've run into, from Green Hill, the first one, which is, like, chain ball boss guy, and then the second one, but the first one, we'll go the first one first. Did that give you any trouble at all?
No, I'm like, what? I accidentally killed the first one by accident.
Oh, so
Well,
like you were...
the first part of it.
Because I was just kind of like, what? They're both balls this time. What's going on? You know, I don't know. What about you?
I ended up, like, I did just fine, and I thought I won, and then, like, that one ball was still just
That
like...
happened to me too.
And then I was like, oh, okay, I'll go attack him one more time, and then I apparently just landed directly on a spike, and it was just like, bye, rings, and I was like, no, why?
Yeah, that's happened to me. Like, I was going through that, and it was just kind of all like, you've got 90 bajillion rings. And then I got hit by something right before the end, and it was all like, you have 6. And
I
just like,
think I finished the stage, or that fight. I managed to get to, like, 2 rings. Because all the rings were everywhere.
Do you guys notice that Tails kind of does stuff by himself?
Yes.
I did not, because I'm just going through as Sonic alone.
Oh, I'm playing Sonic and Tails.
Yeah.
Right, yeah, that's the default. But like, I was just thinking.
Yeah, I
from,
figured
like,
I'd start with that.
I'm just thinking like, oh, I'm gonna go into a special stage, and like Tails is gonna do some shit trying to follow me around and fuck it up.
No, he's
you know,
not
like
in
in
special
Sonic
stages.
2. So
No, he's not in the special stages.
okay, so like I just did. Yeah, so I just didn't even.
Yeah,
bring
he
him
totally
along.
does shit on his own.
Like what?
Like
he-
sometimes he'll attack.
Yeah, he'll go after enemies and shit. And
Like not all the time.
Yeah.
Not like
Right.
a guard dog, but like, oh look, pop. Did
He'll-
you do good?
yeah,
Yeah, he
he'll
did
take out
good.
an enemy. He's picked up
He's hit a couple of bosses.
boxes and stuff like that.
Yeah,
so-
boxes.
Huh?
That's
No,
what
I
it is.
didn't even think he would do anything like that. I was just kind of all like, "You are useless."
Sucks to be you.
So, oh no,
You
I
should
might
have
have to go
known
through the
better.
first 2 zones again and get my 1 Chaos Emerald.
Yeah, well, I saw someone playing as Knuckles and his partner was Knuckles. Can you do that?
I
Double
didn't
knuckles?
I
Yeah.
didn't see double knuckles on the menu for things you could
I would
choose.
double knuckle everything.
Okay. Maybe it was Photoshopped then.
A double knuckle.
It could
Wait,
have been
can
hacked.
you play as Knuckles in this game?
Yeah,
Yes.
you can.
Okay.
It's one of the choices. You can play Sonic, Sonic and Tails, or Knuckles.
Okay, but it's not. There's no double Knuckles.
There's no double knuckles as
Okay.
far as I know.
No.
Unless it's something you unlock later that we just haven't. Whatever. But
All right, Ryan, when you do when you do the special blue sphere stages, try to get everything.
That's what I'm gonna do.
No, I mean like when you're in a stage,
Right.
not only get everything.
Get everything. Got it.
Not only just get everything.
But,
I'm excited.
now the second boss.
Because if you don't
I
get
like that
everything,
one a
you
lot.
get something else.
The second boss confused the shit out of me. At
Really?
First.
Oh, so it's like a Sonic CD boss.
Well, because
I wish they were harder though.
because
Yeah.
I thought. Okay, so did you guys get through the second boss like right away? Like just like no trouble, or did you actually have to like use like more than 1 life to get through him?
Oh no, I went through it just
chemical
fine.
plants?
No. I'm talking
Fine.
about the walkie robot.
The first,
Yeah.
not the mini boss, but the first.
The
boss.
first
Yeah,
actual
first
boss. Yeah. Did you guys like have any trouble getting through that whatsoever?
No.
No,
I mean,
I
I lost some rings,
I
and I
found an-
finished with just 2 rings. But
Okay, because it took me like a few lives to get through that.
are you kidding me right now?
Because here's what happened. Okay, so I'm waiting to get up on a high enough platform that I can jump up and hit him. Right?
You know what we should have done before we started this?
What?
Have Ryan play a little bit of it.
Well, I didn't. I had
It's
no
fine.
idea that he hadn't played any of this at all. Like Ryan's the guy who's like, I've played this and this and this and this on my lunch.
I
break
got
today."
it before it was even available to the public, and I played 7
This
hours.
is the first time that like
Yep.
we've been ahead of Ryan. So like,
Meh.
Well, because I had to order the special edition, which
So-
I got for free anyways.
Fuck
but-
you, Ryan.
What?
Fuck your face.
Well,
Just fuck you and
well,
your stupid
our-
glasses
well,
and your
our-
little office shirt.
You know what? I'm not mad because you would have paid money for it anyway.
Yeah. Well, our pal Joe sent me like a whole bunch of games, and then I just traded them into Amazon.
Oh, that's right.
That's
I
not
remember.
free.
Oh yeah, so
What
it
you did
wasn't
not
free, but still.
Well, it was free for him.
Joe paid for it.
Joe paid
But
for
Joe
it.
paid for it.
Thanks, Joe. Oh,
Hey,
Joe.
number one
Your
listener.
shout out to you from yesterday that didn't work because we weren't recording until today. Yay! You done a shout out for yourself. Go, Joe.
Go Joe.
What were we talking about? Bosses.
Right, bosses.
Yeah.
So that second boss, like that one. Okay, so I would wait till I got up onto a platform that was high enough that I could jump and hit him, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then eventually I ran out of platforms, and then eventually it got to the end, and he just randomly explodes. But I'm also falling, and I'm all like, "Is this some sort of plot no jutsu?" And then like it takes me back, and I'm just kind of all like, "But the boss exploded," and like and like I'm just like, "Oh, this isn't some stupid plot no jutsu. I have to beat him before we get to this area right here, or
Oh.
otherwise
That's
I'm
funny.
fucked." Right? And it took me like a couple more tries to realize that like you could run on that thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's so funny.
I didn't know that because that's
I didn't even do that. Like,
how did you not do that?
I hit him a few times, and then I
'Cause
went
you
to
can't jump up high enough.
I went to hit him again,
from the
and
ground.
he nailed me, and I lost my rings, and I picked up a couple more, and then I kind of started following the screen a little bit because it was it forces you forward, and then I hit him one more time, and he was gone, and that was it.
I found a safe spot.
A safe spot. What, behind him?
That didn't work for me.
Okay.
Yes.
That worked for you?
That
Like
worked.
I
It didn't work for me.
I ended up behind him at one point, but I was all like, I know this is going to end badly, so I got out of there.
I ended up behind him at one point, and I guess maybe the game glitched or something, because I was behind him and I went to hit him. I hit him once and it worked, and I went to hit him a second time, and then I somehow ended up under his foot and he kicked me forward.
It's kind of janky.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
So it's not reliable, I guess.
But yeah, no, I didn't do that. And then, so Chemical Plant Zone.
Where I died a lot.
Well, that first act of Chemical Plant Zone,
Yeah.
once it started getting all remixed and stuff,
Yeah.
I'm like,
that frustrated the shit out of me a little bit. Because
Oh,
I'm used to
yeah.
just being able to breeze through Chemical Plant Zone, like no big deal. Like the only part that's even like quote unquote big air quotes hard is the when you're on the platforms that kind of like rotate and
Oh,
the
yeah.
water's coming up and
Yeah.
that little
Oh wait, so there's more
That's
of
what
them?
killed me all the
Well,
time when I
there's-
was as a kid,
Well-
and that's what was killing me this time too.
Yeah, but like decades later, like I can pretty well easily do the third stage of Sonic 2 like pretty reliably. So, but like that one, like they were like it was like rotating a little differently. Like the jumping was like the timing of the jumping was like different than it was in Sonic 2, and
Oh,
so
shit.
that was messing with me.
My other problem with Chemical Plant Zone is like the little platforms that are just like one little square, and they take you along, and then there's another like the Sonic is not well built for platforming. He's meant for running and going through tubes and shit. And yeah, that's something that always got me as a kid, and apparently it still gets me now.
That
So-
wasn't those platforms that got me. It was like
The
one
ones
time
that
like.
move.
Yeah, they did move back and
Yeah.
forth. Like that wasn't
Oh,
those
yeah,
platforms
those.
that got me that time. Like what got me were the ones that like they're
flip.
there and then they flip so they're not there. And
Oh,
then,
yeah.
You know what?
fucking
I
things.
never really had too much of an issue with
well,
those.
like normally if I'm going like fast enough, I can get them in Sonic 2 before they flip. But in this, it was all like I got down there and immediately started moving forward, and it was all like, oh, we know this trick too, and so they just
Yeah.
flip like right as soon as I'm just like.
I did end up dying at one point because I went too fast for the game.
That's happened to me on occasion in like old Sonic games.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
It happened.
That's when you know when you win the game.
Well, apparently I won in Chemical Plant
You
Zone.
ran out of existence.
I ran out of existence. Okay, it was that point when I was sitting here on the couch and I was like, "Wait, why did I die? What happened?"
She joined the Speed Force.
Apparently I did. Like I don't know. Like I was like kind of in a wall or some shit, and like it was like dead. And I was like, okay.
The Chemical Plant Zone. I think it was Chemical Plant Zone. I actually got a game over. I got a game over.
I got
And
I
was
got a
just
game
kinda
over
like-
too,
and-
and
well-
I didn't feel like dealing with frustration of video games today, and I was like, I'm just gonna play a little bit of Sonic, and then I was like, no, I'm not even gonna.
It wasn't the fact that it was like challenging and new and all that stuff, but I was just kind of like I'm just kind of like at first I was like, it's 2017. Why do I have a limited amount of lives before it takes me back to the menu screen just so I can go back into exactly where I was? And then on the other hand, I'm all like, oh wait, I'm playing a 90s throwback game and I'm liking it because it's a 90s throwback game. I guess I have to just take the good and the bad of the 90s throwback game with it. So, but Act 2 of Chemical Plant Zone. Well, first off, that first boss in Chemical Plant Zone wasn't that big of a deal. The little mini boss.
It was
It was kind of dumb. It was kind of, it had the rotaty ball things on it. That was kind of familiar. I can't remember. Was that a Sonic 1 boss that did that? Sonic 2. Okay.
2.
But yeah, it had like the rotaty ball things around it. That was interesting. But yeah, it wasn't... I thought it was going to be harder than it was. But I don't know. What do you think?
Yeah, I thought it was going to be harder than it was too. Like, oh, I get this.
Right, and then you haven't gotten that far.
Nope.
But Chemical Plant Zone, like Act 2 though, that's when it started getting really fun.
Yep.
Like they started introducing like a lot of new concepts, just beyond like the not even in the first one. They introduced like when you get to the crossroads of the tubes, you can choose your direction now.
Yeah.
That was pretty cool. But like when they introduced like the bouncy stuff, and like you're like mixing chemicals together and stuff like that. Like that was pretty cool, and that was like that made up for the frustration of the first act entirely. So, and I'm really glad that happened. And the stage seemed like big and expansive, and like
it seemed like it was like, oh my gosh, I almost got tired of it.
Wow, really?
I'm like, oh my gosh, when's this over? Like,
there's just
5
too much
minutes.
stage,
5 minutes in there, like shit.
right? But I don't know. There was only one spot where I ran into that was kind of weird, where I had like one of the green bouncy, like the big ones, but there was like a roof right above, like a ceiling right above my head, and I didn't realize that one of the spots was like breakable.
Yeah, I didn't.
So it took me a
those.
couple of tries before I got through there. Like I was like, I think I'm gonna go run into this blue stuff that's bubbling, and that wasn't a good idea.
Yeah, I was in that spot. Yeah,
and
like maybe I could like skim across it like on water. Nope.
Yeah, so that wasn't fun.
Nope.
But this game's so hot.
People are getting 3rd-degree burns.
Oh, that's pretty good.
Why, thank you.
Maybe you should have the fire shield. The elemental shields are back.
Oh, they're back!
As well as some new things.
All this sounds so
Which is
exciting
weird.
and awesome.
Did you get that special ring power up?
No,
The
yeah,
blue one?
the blue one.
That's weird.
That was weird.
Like,
I couldn't tell what it was at first.
yeah, me too. Like,
Yeah.
what's this?
I thoroughly enjoyed having lightning.
And then it happened.
I had
I lost my rings.
and then you find out what that blue ring is for.
I found out what it does.
And
my shit was vacant.
I didn't get the electrical one. I got the fire one.
I got all 3. Well, I think there might have been more. I think there might have been the classic shield, maybe.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I got that
there's
one.
the classic one
There's
too.
the classic
yeah.
Brian,
Oh my god.
you're wasting your life right now by not playing this game.
I have to wait till tomorrow.
No,
Now-
you will play
Oh,
the first couple levels before you go home.
that's a
Now,
good idea.
Ryan,
Yes.
I'm sorry, but we're gonna have to talk about the boss of Chemical Plant Zone, the Act 2 boss.
Is it a remix version of the
No.
original?
No, it's something just completely
It's
different.
something that's like, what?
That sounds
What?
Like
crazy.
What's going on?
Like it was like just
Like,
what the
oh,
hell's going on?
is it
You
like-
clever mother
So
truckers.
you end up in this tube, right? And you're going, and it's taking forever, and I'm all like, oh man, this is gonna like, and it started going downward. I was just kind of like, this is gonna take me to some water level bullshit that I've been trying to avoid this whole time. And then nope, you get dropped into a little thing.
We shouldn't spoil it for Ryan.
Yeah,
No.
or me.
Oh,
I want to talk about it for the podcast.
All right, well, whatever then.
Close your ears.
But
Close your-
Earmuffs.
I don't.
well,
Man,
Whatever.
you guys.
Okay, just say it.
doesn't matter. I'll just play through it.
All right.
It's always
It's-
different.
The second the boss of Chemical Plant Zone Act 2 is Robotnik's Mean Bean Machine.
Dun dun dun.
It's Puyo Puyo.
No, you actually play it.
That's
You
so
play-
cool.
Like,
you play
you
against
play
him.
Puyo
Coolest
Puyo
thing.
versus Robotnik versus
Oh.
Dr. Eggman. You're sitting right next to him, and like when you get like 4, it drops one on the other side, and you do this until one of you loses.
That's amazing.
Cannot wait to play this now.
Like that, and like I was just like, "What is this?" And then
I
like
know,
someone
right?
down.
Like,
Is this happening? Is this for real?
Is this-
I thought I was being punked.
Yeah,
Like, what?
oh god,
is this for real?
this is gonna be the best Sonic
and this
game
is
ever.
this is just the first 2 stages. The first 4, but the first 2 zones. Like we only played for like 20 minutes each.
Whoa.
And then we came up with the Mean Bean Machine. Like
What?
Wow. So, yeah, and like.
That's so good.
But yeah, and like that wasn't a hard boss or anything like that, but it definitely like your brain had to change gears very suddenly.
Yeah, I was like,
that's probably the hardest part about it. Is like I'm all like, Sonic's an aim, speed's the what the fuck is this?
Oh
So
yeah, that's
so yeah, which for anybody listening that doesn't know Puyo Puyo or Robotnik's Mean Bean Machine, basically it's a puzzle game. You have
It's like Dr. Mario.
Yeah, sort of. Yeah, like you have these different colored little gel things with faces on them, and you match 4 together, and then that makes them disappear, and you do that until
And you win.
whatever. And it's like you're playing like a versus mode version of it, where when you connect 4, it drops something obstructive into the other player's area. and Robotnik or
do
Eggman
the
is
same
the other
thing to
player,
you.
and he can do the same thing to you, and you do that until one of you loses.
It wasn't that hard.
It wasn't that hard at all, but it's definitely gonna. The speed runs for this game are gonna be interesting,
But sounds so awesome.
right? Which I played a little bit of the speed version. I don't know, well, the go fast and get better time mode.
Time attack?
Yeah, time attack.
Okay.
And I got through like the first couple of stages like in a little over a minute each. So, and I'm not even like that good at Sonic. So that's pretty cool. But yeah, that was the first two zones of Sonic Mania, and it seems like it's gonna be a lot of fun. And I'm glad that I grabbed it on the Switch. Like me and Heather, we were talking about it, whether we get it on the Switch or the PS4. And she's like, well, you know, we could stream it if it's on the PS4, but I don't know. Yesterday I was just kind of like, well, we probably won't ever actually stream it. Like, we never get around to streaming anything. So I'm glad we got it on the Switch, because then we can just kind of pick it up and play it whenever and not need the TV to play Sonic. So,
Yeah.
but we can if we want to.
But I guess Ryan can just do the streaming thing because you've really
Oh yeah,
you're settled into that.
He's got streaming fever.
streaming fever.
Streaming fever. So, yeah, but you're gonna have a fun time with this. And then there was,
I am looking forward to this so much.
and then like I quit like right when it started the next level up, which was like some sand level or something. And I think it was probably one of the ones that was demoed, at like PlayStation Experience or whatever.
I
It was,
know.
like,
I think a PlayStation experience was only the Green Hill Zone and some zone in the city.
oh,
Yeah.
I thought there was like some sand one.
Well, but I only played the zone in the city though.
Okay, I might be
Ryan.
thinking of something else.
Guess how many levels, not acts, levels there are in the game?
10?
Higher.
15?
No. Lower.
11?
Higher.
12?
Yeah!
Oh,
you
wow,
got it.
12.
First try.
Well, no, that was the first try. That was like the fourth try.
That was the joke, Ryan. Good job.
Okay. Sorry. 12,
12 levels.
but 12 large zones, though. That's a lot of fun.
Yep, 2 acts each. Each one seems to have a mini boss and a regular boss. So there's no.
it should be.
Well, I kind of was hoping there'd be a point where I could just like run through and hit the sign and be all like, yeah. You know,
yeah.
like when you're on a stage that doesn't have a boss. But whatever, that's a very, very small gripe. It's not even a gripe, it's just a thing that I thought of just now. But yeah, otherwise, Sonic Mania, pretty rad. Definitely check it out. It's only $20, and it's pretty much like if you liked classic Sonic, you're gonna like this. It's got a little bit of, if you're someone who knows Sonic inside and out, there's some new stuff they throw in there just to make sure that you're not just breezing through the game in 5 minutes either. So if for some reason you really like Sonic and you're on the fence about this, which is not something that I normally see happen, definitely grab it for sure. Anywho,
Awesome.
so yeah, that's it for Sonic Mania. Ryan, was there anything else that you wanted to kind of go over today?
Yeah, I kind of wanted to go over, a bit of the origins of the podcast, because I remember, I think kind of early into Battle Geek Plus, maybe like a year or two in, like you were all, like you, Josh, were like, hey, we should do a podcast. Like we've been on the Konsensu podcast multiple times, and you listen to the Kevin Smith stuff. I'm like, yeah, okay, but we just never got around to it for some reason.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. Well, but then I think sometime last year, like you were like, hey, we should do a podcast. I'm like, yeah, maybe. It's been a couple of years now that we should probably do a podcast. And so I think I remember listening, to Pat the NES Punk's podcast, and he does like all the he'll put like little podcast snippets on his YouTube channel, and then so I came up with this proposal, and then I was kind of under the impression, oh, hey, so like we'll just record the podcast, we'll just do this one, we'll just record, then I'll just put it up. But then Heather was the one like, no, we need to like edit this thing, and it's probably a good thing she did.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, because I was expecting, kind of like, like back when we used to do the main Battle Geek Plus Let's Play show, like there were times like where there were a lot of moments I had to cut out, and kind of going into the podcast, I was like, yeah, like we're not gonna like talk we're not going to talk over each other's lines. We don't need to edit this thing. You know, like, let's talk into the mic and then I'll just upload it as an MP3. And then like Ezra was like, no, I'm taking control of it.
Now some background for everybody who hasn't been around for all 50 episodes. Heather does go do voice coaching, like voiceover coaching, and she does her own editing of her voiceover stuff. So she was definitely the best person to choose to actually end up doing the editing of this thing, because otherwise it would probably sound like, garbled pudding.
Garbled pudding.
Yeah, like,
I mean, I can't say that I've gone back and listened to the finished product whenever it's been uploaded or whatever.
Ryan does every week.
I know Ryan does. He's weird like that.
yeah.
But
Well, I'm just happy you make me sound coherent.
you do sound coherent. You just don't realize that. That's the issue there. But yeah, it's just it was just one of those things that we only have this one tiny little mic, and we all sit around it and, do what we can in a very echoey room.
Which we're not going to be in that this echoey room for that much longer.
That's true. That's very true. I'd say that probably whenever we started doing this and I first started editing, I was too much of a perfectionist. And it would take me forever to edit. And I definitely have loosened up a bit. I just make sure I do the best I can in regards to making the sound pretty similar across the board, not too ear blasting and not too quiet, but sometimes you're just gonna deal with whatever.
Yeah, like it's because of Heather I learned that you need to have some like objects for sound to bounce off of, and then like we have this blanket under the mic.
Yeah, because the glass table and all that. So yeah, it's definitely necessary, and knowing how to be able to do a noise reduction throughout the entire recording, because otherwise you guys would be able to listen to things like, our fridge kicking on.
Yeah.
Or a fan running. So.
Meow.
Or a cat meowing.
Yeah, like with all the times the cats interrupt and then we get the sirens in the background and every time I have to clear my throat and go to the bathroom. Yeah, it's a good thing that I'm not editing this thing.
Right? Now, I don't know, like me getting into this. This is the second podcast I've been a part of where like we sit down to do it and it's all like, okay, Josh, you're the host. And I'm just like, wait, what? I'm leading this. So, the other one was for a Ninja Turtles podcast. A guy got a hold of me.
Yeah, I kind of remember.
Yeah, this was like years ago, and he was all like, "Hey, you want to be on a podcast with me about Ninja Turtles?" I'm like, "Yeah, sure." And I show up, and they're all like, "All right, you're the host," and I'm just like, "What? When did this happen?" So, which every once in a while, I keep getting little things being all like, "Hey, you want to do that again?" And I'm just kind of all like, "Let me see when my schedule's open." But yeah, I have a lot to do with this and whatnot. So yeah, but so far it's been a pretty neat 50 episodes. I don't really have any like favorite moments or anything.
Yeah, like we've been doing this for about a year now, I think.
Yeah,
it's been over a year.
Over a year. Because we've taken some weeks off to do stuff.
Okay.
Yeah, moving, being sick, being out of town, holidays, so.
Yeah.
But yeah, we do this most weeks.
Most weeks.
I'm pretty certain our first podcast we did the week after E3 last year.
Huh.
I kind of recall maybe a couple of weeks after. I don't really remember.
It was either the Tuesday after or the Tuesday after that.
Okay.
I don't even know, because I don't, unlike you, like I don't go back and like listen to these. Like the most I usually end up hearing of these is like I'll be in the bedroom and then like out here Heather starts editing and then I'm all like, what are Heather and Frank talking about? And then, like, I start hearing myself, and I'm just kind of all like,
who's that?
Oh. Who's that? That guy sounds stupid. I hate him already.
Well, I listen to the show because I listen to a lot of podcasts, on my way to work and from work, so I just need something to listen to.
Yeah, well, you know.
That shows how desperate you are when you're listening to your own podcast.
Yeah.
I wonder what happened in gaming news this week.
I gotta find out.
So,
I mean, I don't listen to another podcast for that.
But yeah, 50 episodes, fun times. It's been great. Here's to more podcasting. there's nothing that I have to hear for it. But here's the more podcasting.
Here's the more podcasting for our 12 listeners.
Yes. I don't know. Sometimes we get more than that. I have 2 that actually, know me and are all like, hey, I'm going to say things to you about the podcast. One of them being Joe.
Hi, Joe.
Hi, Joe.
The other one being David, who I used to work with.
Whoa. Oh,
Yeah.
Hi, David.
Wait, who's David?
David's someone I used to work with at
Okay.
Best Buy.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh,
like
I didn't know he listened to it.
I didn't know for the longest time either. I never really told him about it, but he's all like, hey, I listened to your podcast.
Whoa.
Tell so-and-so they're stupid.
Who is so-and-so?
I don't know. But that's not even something he actually said.
Oh.
But...
I was like, was it me? But it was me.
No, it's totally you.
Oh,
It's
hey,
always
well,
you.
like to those other 10 people that listen, you're awesome, and maybe you'll come forward and we'll like hang out at a convention and have some drinks.
On you. You're paying.
Yep.
I was going to say, that sounds very sticky.
But anywho, there is pizza to be had, and so I want to wrap up this podcast, and usually we wrap that up by having Ryan say things. Ryan, say things.
Okay, thanks.
Say the things you normally say.
Okay. Well, if you want to catch more of us, you can catch us on YouTube at youtube.com/BattleGeekPlus. We do a variety of shows. We do Awesome Video Game Memories, where we review games and talk about our personal memories with them. And also we do Battle Geek Plus We Play Games, where we play games. Well, it's our Let's Play show, and you get to see that every weekend. We still have a couple more episodes of Battle Geek Plus Arcade Edition in like commemoration of our favorite arcade 2084 that closed its doors. And also we play games on Twitch at twitch.tv/BattleGeekPlus and on YouTube Gaming. This week I am playing The Adventures of Bayou Billy on the NES, so make sure to check in for that.
Alrighty, that's all we got going on this week. Check back probably next week, likely next week, usually next week, for more gaming podcasty goodness. My name's Josh. I'll see you later.
Bye.
Later.
Sayonara.